Welcome to the
Stage.
I'm Chandra.
I'm Jane.
And this episode is all about theater.
Yes, and all the fun mistakes and
Speaking of fun mistakes in theater, we did that whole episode and realized once again, our fucking microphones.
these beautiful beasts here, we did not have it turned on right yet. So we haven't got this nailed down to a science
But
yet.
we're going to get it nailed down.
Yep.
But either way,
Bear with us.
enjoy. Third time's the charm, right, Jay?
Oh my God. Especially when we read the instructions.
We're just having the best tech morning ever. We're so good.
I think we may have
This might be it.
maybe finally figured out.
Maybe
Figured out.
finally
You know what?
figured it out.
I've got my hearing aids in because Chandra says I should have my hearing
You're
aids.
supposed to wear them or you're going to get
I
dementia.
know, and I've got them in and now.
This is my
hot.
This is my defense against dementia. Hearing aids.
That-
Non-stop drinking coffee, alcohol, or drink more water. That's stupid.
nose picking apparently is big. Like, stop nose picking if you're a nose picker, because apparently there's all kinds of connections with nose picking and Alzheimer's. John and I are looking at each other last night going, "Oh, we're screwed."
Wait, I pick my nose?
I pick my nose, but apparently
Sometimes you have to pick it because it won't come out
I
like
know. I know.
Kleenex.
We were just talking about it. My nose is like, ah.
I know now. It's like when you talk about lice and your head
No,
starts getting itchy.
no,
Okay, so wait. You know what? If nose picking, everybody in the world would have
know.
dementia.
Maybe that's why. Can you pass me a Kleenex now? I need to not pick my nose and to actually. Okay.
Well, yeah. You could tell we're a little both schnitzy because we have a show opening in a week. And isn't that always the way?
It'll be a couple of days after this.
Oh, right. By the
It'll be
time
like
this
2 days
like
after
2
this.
days. Yep.
And we'll be in full on panic mode. It'll be great. It's going to be great. The show's going to be great.
But the
it's
show
a
is
lot
going to be
between
great.
now and then.
It's
Yeah.
just, we're at that stage where everything has to come together. Fortunately, my job is easier than Jane's because Jane as director has to deal with everything. I just have to deal with my chunk.
It is great.
It's super
For
fun.
those of you who don't know, it's the 39 Steps.
At Guelph Little Theater, opening
January
January
29th.
29th.
First night's 2 for 1.
Oh, is it still 2 for 1?
for the first night on Thursday.
I love that. I
Yeah.
think that's a great.
Yeah, but the first weekend is selling really well. That first Saturday is 2/3 sold out.
Well, like most of my
16 of
friends
them
are coming. Yeah, I got 16 people. Shout out to my 16 peeps. Woo, woo.
Thanks for that.
And don't you have a group
I've got
coming?
a group coming as well. Smaller than that, but definitely coming.
Yeah, but you probably will have more people coming over the run.
Oh,
I think
probably.
everyone's coming on Saturday.
Right.
I know.
Right. No pressure.
Yeah. No pressure.
Live theater, you gotta love live theater because there's no. I'm gonna have to.
I don't know where they're sitting, and I haven't asked. I don't want to know
Don't
because
ask.
I hope they're not the front rows. Front row seats are not the best seats.
No,
Everyone
they
thinks,
never
"Oh my
are.
God, I need to sit in the front." Like, don't ever sit in the front row of a theater.
Actors are playing to the middle of the house. They're not
At
playing to the front
least,
row.
yeah.
exactly. So
And you
I
just get to look up their noses.
exactly.
And,
I mean,
we've
if you
got
like that
colds,
kind
so
of
we
thing,
might have
you
stuff
know.
up there. Bats in the belfry.
And you know what? It's live theater. So and this is actually a note I was going to give to all the actors, as I was going to say, if you fuck up in this show, this is the kind of show that you can.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like,
Play it. Leave
play
it.
it. Oh my God.
I did when I was doing the choking on the juice.
and I asked her to keep it.
I was like,
It's
and
so
I know
good.
that I'll never be able to keep it
Oh,
the
I
same
know,
way, but I will
it
do
was
my best.
great. It was good.
Yeah, you got to lean into those. I always say it's like when I was dancing, like when I took dancing, and is if you make a mistake, make it look like you did it on purpose. Always make you look like
Audience never.
they don't know unless you tell them.
Yes,
I go
exactly.
like, oh,
Unless you go-
sorry, oh, sorry, it's your line. I hate that.
Ooh. Well, we were going to talk about what kind of brought us to theater. But I
Oh,
also
yeah.
wanna talk about your most embarrassing moments on stage, like where you've dried or the scene has gone completely off the rails, or like I've had a few of those. I don't know about you.
Okay, so let's talk about what
What
brought us into theater. Because we both have had such varying careers in theater.
Yeah.
A lot of similarities, but a lot of differences.
Mhm.
So what was the first thing that brought you?
I actually.
What was the first thing you did?
Very first thing I did, I was 5. And they were doing the Christmas pageants at the schools back then. I went to a Catholic school, and there
You
was
can't you mean assemblies?
it was an assembly, but parents were invited, so it was like a Christmas pageant.
Oh yeah, we
All
did
the
that every year.
classes
I
did a
didn't
little
count
show,
those, but yeah.
yeah. Well, that's the first time I was on stage. I remember it vividly, right? Because I was we rehearsed a little thing, and it was just basically a semicircle of all strings, and there was a box in the middle, and each one of the kids came forward and said, I think this is in the box. I think that is in the box. I wonder what's in the box.
Oh, I
I
play
was in
that
the
game.
box. I was in the box. And
Oh,
then
you were in
I was in the box, and after all the kids were done, I popped out and said, "I'm the star of Christmas, blah, blah, blah." I don't
Yes,
remember.
you are, honey. You are the star of Christmas.
And it was like that was the first thing. And then there was the applause, and then I was hooked. I was like,
Applause
because
is a great thing.
but also too for me, it was the first place where I was like allowed to be
Right.
big, like take up space and like be the center of attention, which I was so desperate to be, which I, was very clearly given the
Yes.
message, don't be the center of attention. Don't, you're
Huh.
taking up too much space. You're too sensitive. You're taking, all of that. So I was always like trying to shrink myself into, not being too whiny or too emotional or too any of those things. And there I was like, be big, Jane. And I was like, oh, okay.
That's funny. I was never, I mean, I have been told I'm too emotional, too sensitive, but it's never, theater wasn't about me being allowed to be big. In fact, at the beginning, it was be bolder. I would always take bold things, but I think what I loved about theater is I was being somebody who wasn't myself.
There was that.
I loved playing a different, because that
Yeah.
person's not bad, wrong, stupid, fat, skinny, not loved, whatever. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I mean,
So
especially when you're little. I mean, as older, yeah, those characters have all the flaws, but they're not your flaws.
no.
Or you can pretend they're not your flaws.
Yeah.
But I mean, we did all the assemblies and I loved the assemblies. I took them very seriously, like I was a professional. But I think because I danced, so we always had
Right.
open houses. So I've danced. So those assemblies to me felt like open houses in my dance classes.
Right.
Parents just coming watch. But I remember
Your first
grade
show.
6,
Yeah.
like we did, they did plays that
Yeah.
the older kids were allowed to be in. I was in the Bremen Town Musicians. I was the cat. So,
Sense.
right. But what I hated it. This is another one of those core memories of like, oh, you're a loser. I walked across the stage and, and I'm doing my prancing. I didn't know my tail had fallen off.
Oh, no.
And everyone was laughing at me. And I was so mad at everyone else going, why are you ruining this scene? And I don't remember exactly, but I have this distinct, like this feeling, this gut feeling of everyone's laughing and everyone's ruining it. And I turn and I realize my tail's on stage. I was mortified. I was mortified beyond mortified. But at the same time, I'm like, that will never happen to me again on stage. I will do better.
Interesting.
So, and I didn't get the lead in the musical one year.
Oh, I never got
but
lead in
I got, best friend.
Right.
And then just like when we had to play Nancy Drew, I was always the plump
I
but
was
pretty
never the
best
lead
smart.
in
Yeah.
anything either. I was always, so my first full play, it's funny you're saying you were a cat. I was a grasshopper. So I mean, that's what children's did, right? And I
I love
remember
it.
I was at KW Little Theater, and I had gone out of my way to go to the audition. I got cast as the grasshopper. So I had like full face, I looked like Kermit, like full face green makeup and like green everything. And I had to move like a caterpillar. But I remember like because I had the costume and the makeup, I was liberated in my body. Like I felt like I could move anyway. And
I
it
think
was like,
dance helped me. I loved dance.
see,
And
I
I made
wanted
my
to do
children
that so
dance,
bad.
even though Kara especially did not want to. But I said, I don't
It's
want you to be a
amazing.
ballerina, but I want you to know your body. Like by the time I had kids, I recognized how
But
much
did
dance did for me.
also mess you up a bit though with body image and stuff.
Well, I was told I couldn't be a ballerina because I didn't have a skinny, like I didn't have that body. But but my dance teacher, I mean, she was just that was it back then. She wasn't
I
saying
know she
that
was
was just it.
parroting the
But she
nautical
was so
types.
great. That woman taught me more about performing and feeling and working through emotion than any first theater teacher. And she
Okay.
was because we had once a month, they were called creative dance nights. And it was the 70s. So she had us dance in cloth bags, dance to static on the radio.
Wow.
Um,
Oh, she was
she was so cool. And even our ballet bar work, like it's not just point, flex, ton. It was feel the music, like make the bar work
Oh,
dance.
wow.
And that has just carried me through everything I do. Like I always make sure my moves are finished.
Right.
I'm very present.
Yeah,
And
guess
I
there's that
thought
with
dance was such a great
But it really is like you love.
But you have to have the right one. Now I'm scared. A dance is all about competition, which I really
Well,
don't believe
this is
dance
why
should not be
I was
competitive.
not willing to be a dance mom. And it's funny though, because I wanted to dance and my parents didn't put me in dance, and not to their fault. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
5 kids and there was no
Multiple
way they
things,
were
yeah.
going to be able to get them. So I really wanted to dance and I wasn't in dance. And so when Blythe was very little, I put her in a dance class. And I remember watching her after like she was doing their first parent open house. She was so like, she was just like, kids are like prancing across the floor and she's like she's splaying out on the floor like a starfish, like she was just like, oh,
I
she's like,
love
oh, I
you
have to
so
go.
much.
I have to go now. Okay.
Kara,
She was just so, I was like, oh, honey, this is not your thing.
I knew Kara wouldn't do the ballet because at that age they had to wear the pink bodysuits. And
Right.
Kara was like, I know, we're
Not hour in that.
so she wanted to do tap. Well, the dance studio that I really liked was my actually old ballet teacher's dance studio where I ended up teaching musical theater, an actual musical theater, not lip syncing to a Broadway song and dancing. Like we would write a script, sing a song, and choreograph. But so I took her to another one in town that had tap dancing. And that one is very competitive. And the shows are like costumes are $300. I said to them, I said, she's not going to do the show. Well, she has to. I said, no, she doesn't have to. One, because you can't make me. Two, I know my kid. Even if I wanted her to do the show, if I even got her to performance day at the huge theater that we all end up having to pay $50 a ticket for your 2-minute performance,
So much of that.
she would be in the wings going, I'm not going on. I know my kid.
She wouldn't.
She would not go on. I said, I'm not doing that. And, but she loved it because she liked to make noise with her feet. And then Hannah did ballet. And she liked it up until it got hard.
Right.
Up until it got to the point where you really had to really work. And not that she's lazy. That's when she went, it's not fun for me anymore.
A lot of work. I remember John telling me at the arts high school he taught, these kids go to school for, 30 hours a week. Yeah. And they were at the ballet, at the dance studio for 30 to 40 hours a week. And I was like, holy crap, it's huge commitment. And the thing is, what percentage of women, of young women who do dance at that level end up actually becoming professional dancers? Like,
you have to understand, dance carries, like it does carriage. It teaches you poise. It teaches you balance in your body. It teaches you
I didn't like
grace.
You know what I didn't like though?
Is you probably had a really shitty studio.
No. I didn't like seeing the little dads, like 8, 9-year-olds with this full makeup and the full.
No, that's a shitty dance studio. We never did that.
I was like, what are we doing?
No.
What is that?
No,
like,
I think that's
like the hypersexualization of young girls in the dance studio.
I believe there's a detriment. No, that should be many moms, but they don't. They want to go, look, I didn't do that, so I'm going to make my daughter look like a mini.
You know what? There's this great saying, and this is one of the reasons why I did take Blythe out of dance. It's like I said that there's nothing more dangerous for a kid than the unlived life of the parent.
Yes.
Which is like, I wanted this, and since I couldn't have it, you're going to have it, whether you like it or not. And I was like really clear after the first little bit. I'm going to make sure you have the opportunity. But if you're not like a duck to water with something.
Oh, I did the same thing.
Yeah. I
never forced my kids. The only thing I would force them to do is if you sign up for something, you finish it.
Right. Yeah.
So I didn't force them, except for soccer. I didn't really give a shit. Them didn't end up doing soccer.
You're like, you don't want not soccer?
You don't want to go to soccer tonight? We're fine with that because Money doesn't like soccer. Because what it was for me, especially. Well, no, for both of my kids, is me running up and down the sidelines because they wouldn't go where I wasn't. So if the ball went there, I'd have to run that way so they would follow the ball. Yeah. So it was really exhausting for me. So,
oh my gosh. I think that when it comes to extracurriculars and parenting, it's an easy thing to fall into. And then there's a lot of parents who end up bonding with the other parents. I've seen that.
I think it's a great place to have. Yeah,
it can be. But here's the thing with theater and me, like my parents had zero interest in theater and like drama classes and all the rest of it. So I, at a very young age, knew that I wanted to be a part of that. So I sought out every opportunity I could, and I had to do it 100% on my own. My parents were like, we can't help it. We don't have any connections.
You were very fortunate living in a city because I lived in the country. So we had nothing other than what was offered to me in the school or dance. Those were the only performance-based anything where I lived. There were no theater classes. Right. There were no after-school anything for theater or dance, or other than dance classes, piano classes, and soccer and hockey. Right. That was it. Oh, and softball, I guess. Where I grew up, that was it. But when I hit high school, Ooh, baby.
That's when it really flourished. Yeah, for me too. Because in grade school, I did a show in grade 8 with the school. They would do musicals, and I can't sing, so I could never be in the
Well,
musicals.
you know what?
No,
I
I
hate
could.
that
I
you
couldn't do it.
say you
Why?
probably can sing. Maybe you don't have a voice
Pretty,
that's
pretty terrible singer.
I'm like you don't have pitch.
I don't have. I don't have
I
great pitch. It's not terrible, but it's
I've
not
heard you.
great.
You can do it. You
No,
could be in a chorus for sure.
I could definitely do a chorus, but here's the thing: like I can't solo.
Here's the thing. I want to be the star.
Oh
Is that what you were saying?
no,
No, I was joking.
I wanted to be in the musicals, but I couldn't. I could sometimes get a chorus part. Like I
Mm.
got chorus parts because I could sing in a group, no problem. But I could never be a lead. So theater was the place where I actually had a shot to actually play something, as a role. So that's where I really sunk my energy and time. And I tried like singing and dancing lessons, doing them on my own, but I mean, it was a lot for me to try and manage on my own.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I
it's not easy.
no.
I mean, I
So
gave
high
up
school was the
so
place I
much.
went into drama class right away.
Yeah.
Grade 9. Is that what you did? You joined drama class right away?
In grade 9, all my electives were my electives were theater and vocal music.
Yeah.
And I taught, and I took my dance classes still after school, and I taught dance after school.
Wow.
So because I thought at the time I loved it all, um, I gave up so much for dance and theater. Like I didn't go to Florida. I've never been to Florida because the one time my mom went to Florida with, do you want to come? I went, no, I have to stay home for March break and practice being in a play that I didn't end up being because then I had to do a dance thing, which was my job, and I had to pick the job over the theater. It
Wow,
was
it
my
just
life.
consumed your life. Yeah. And it did
It was
for
my life. And I remember I remember in high school and I didn't get I didn't get in, but I was in grade 9 or 10 when I tried. And I was like, I didn't know why, because I would watch them going, I'm better than that. But it probably was still a little tiny geeky girl. It was like just such a late bloomer. But then I got Gladys Hotchkiss in Pajama Game in grade 11 or 12. I can't remember.
yeah, those
And then it
shaped you.
it was a musical. And I love Shakespeare. So I thought I was going to be a Shakespearean actress was
Oh,
my,
that's what
my,
I wanted to be more than anything.
yeah.
I crashed so many auditions at Stratford. Like
See, I never
oh,
tried.
I did.
Then
I did. I waited for hours and hours and hours. I never got an actual
like
official
after
audition.
theater school or during like when you were
During my undergrad, and then during my grad years, I'd come back and I would audition. And
no one ever
but I
told me or
crashed.
taught me how to do that. I would have done that.
I was living in Toronto, so it was easier.
Right.
So I went right out of high school. I got out of Kitchener as fast as I could, and I moved to Toronto. And
Where did you go to theater school? What was your first one?
I did. Well, I was in a university.
Yeah.
So I had Toronto classes. So in high school, like I ended up, because I couldn't sing, they had these big musicals. I would be in the chorus and stuff, but I also had these teeny tiny little parts. But in the drama club, I was able to do a lot. And I ended up actually in our final year of high school. I always forget about this. All the teachers went on strike. Yeah, to rule. So there was no musical, there was no play. So I actually had a group of students come to me and say, we're going to put on a play anyway. They're all the kids that have been doing the theater for the last 4 years with me. And they were like, do you want to direct?
Nice.
Yeah. And I was like, I've never directed, but I'd done enough and watched enough. I went, I'll give it a shot. So I directed my first show at the last, and it was the show that all the parents came to see.
Yeah.
It was called A Tomb with a View.
Oh, I love it.
It was a farce.
My first playwriting was in high school because like the OACs. Remember grade 13 went away and then it was OAC. So I did OA. I was the first OAC year. And we had in theater, it was playwriting. And in grade 12, we had to direct. So I directed. Oh, no, I choreographed. We did the Golden Circle. I had the best theater teachers who were really crazy, picking the craziest things. The Golden Circle, which is about all the astrological signs fall to the earth and they have to become human. But it was amazing. And then so I choreographed because there's a whole dancing. So I was choreography. And then grade 13, we did playwriting, and we each had to write like a play. And then we, as a class, had to pick the play that we were going to put on. And my play got picked.
So good.
And so we performed that in the high school. And then I performed it 2 times out of the high school we produced it 2 times. Oh, I know. I think about that. I'm like, I totally forgot about that.
print that? Like, you should
I
be good
do
to
have
go.
that. I found it. It's not on a computer because that's typewriter days, but
Right.
I do have it. I found it.
Good.
I don't know if it's I
Scan
don't
it,
know what.
photocopy it,
Yeah.
put it in digital form so you don't lose it.
Yeah, it's one of the things I have to edit for my
There will be an ebook coming soon.
ebook website where
Scripts.
people can, especially school teachers,
Yeah,
elementary,
you've created a lot of scripts over your
you
time.
know, for
5 months.
like assemblies and stuff, like
Yeah.
a 10-minute thing,
Yeah.
and it's usually for big.
That's actually really
Yeah.
hard to come by. So those are gold.
Mhm.
No, I went to an all girls Catholic high school, so trying to run a drama club where there's only so many times you can do
How
the prime.
Shakespearean, where you played the male and the female
No, they
parts?
didn't do Shakespeare.
Oh.
No.
No, but in any show you'd have to play male and females, just like
Yeah,
in Shakespeare
well,
days.
They more often than not they picked because they
All women shows.
yeah. So there's only so many times you can do the prime and Mr. and Brody. So we ended up with So
because you wouldn't be able to do
but when we
bells.
did the big musicals at the theater, we did both high schools together, the boys' school
Right.
and the girls' school, and so that was like a real
Intermingling. Yeah, because then you got to touch boys.
yes, exactly.
And they got to touch girls.
Yes, dance scenes and stuff. Yeah, we did West Side Story. I met my first boyfriend there.
You know what? In the high school, not when I was in high school. I don't know what happened in the years after, but when I went back to the high school I went to when I was in EA, and then I ended up running the improv club there because they found out that I did improv.
Okay.
Like I just needed to work, so I got a day job as an EA, and then they went, "Oh, we need but because I wasn't a real teacher, there had to be a teacher in the room." I'm like,
Yeah.
but anyways,
Yeah.
But the drama program had got to the point that I can't remember what year. One year they did Grease, and one year they did West Side Story. Not as the major production of the school, but in that grade of drama class.
Oh,
So
big shows.
No. You would just do the scenes,
Okay.
a couple scenes, and I'm just like, what? As a drama teacher, I would shoot myself in the head if every year, and I in my grade 11, I had to do like fucking Grease over and over again.
Over and over.
Over
Oh.
and over. And then I talked to one of the drama teachers, and I loved her to pieces. Very creative. She worked everywhere before becoming a teacher. Because I thought, well, the teachers who are like, I'm going to be a drama teacher. No, please don't yell at me because I'm not bashing you. But there's some drama teachers who go to school to be a drama teacher without a lot of drama experience. People like me who have all of it and then some. I can't be a teacher because I don't have my teacher's degree,
yeah.
which is to me a little ridiculous in those kind of things.
Mhm.
Sure, I'm not going to try and be a doctor, but
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. No,
It's like, to me, theater and music is like tech. For a long time, like auto shop and stuff, you didn't have to be a teacher.
Yeah,
You
it's
just had to work as a mechanic. Now they do need their teachers.
Yeah,
which is
teacher's degree
a
to be
shortage
step foot in the
of
school.
teachers in certain areas.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think if it's a discipline or a
Like
I agree. I mean,
beauty and stuff.
ideally-
Ideally, if something you have some experience in
Anyways,
industry.
first I
to
thought it
teach
was a teacher who just kind of went to school and that's what they're comfortable in. The kids are having fun, they're learning, but it's not. And I said, "Is this not killing your brain?" She went, I think she was close to retirement. She's like, "They love it, and I don't have to think."
All right.
But I'm like, I don't know if I could do that. I really
Yeah.
don't.
Well, it's being a teacher is a whole other.
Oh my
podcast
God, it's
because
so hard.
I've done enough. I never did full time. I did like lots of long term occasionals where I stayed school long enough that I've
Yeah.
holy moly. Okay. Here's like most embarrassing moments on stage.
Oh, I just probably so many I don't know.
I remember when I was
Most embarrassing. I rarely let myself get embarrassed except in improv because I have it doesn't matter. But in theater, I am insanely conscientious of doing the right thing.
but things go wrong. I had a show.
Oh, things go wrong on stage? I got
Yeah.
a million of those.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
yeah.
about. Like things where like things have gone wrong. Like, and that's the thing with live theater. Things
Always go
all
wrong.
the time. I was in a show where it was this heavy drama, and there was a guy at the last scene of the play. I was playing the wife, and I leave after we had a big argument, and I'm supposed to shoot a gun off stage, right? And he
So you were
reacts.
on stage?
I wasn't on stage. It was an off stage
Shoot, right.
shoot, and he's supposed to respond to it, and then it's the end of the play. So it's a really dramatic moment, right? So I go off stage, fucking gun doesn't work. And click, nothing. He's waiting.
Oh,
for
it wasn't a sound effect from the back?
No,
coming
it was
from the gun?
live.
Oh.
And I'm backstage going, he's on stage, huge egg moment, just waiting for this thing. And it's like going on and on. I'm running around
you
looking
just
for
yell
things
bang?
to So what happened was that I went running around with the assistant stage manager trying to find two things to bang together to make a loud enough sound. And the director who was in the house stood up in the house and said, bang.
That's so awesome.
Everyone in the audience was like, what? What?
I
And then lights.
So
oh my
funny.
God. All this dramatic tension building for however long it length of the play. And that
I'm trying to
bang.
think. There's so many things that have gone wrong. Okay, so I've had one where do you know the show Communicating Doors?
No.
It's a great show. And it was funny. We were all because it's about there's time travel.
Okay.
So it's in one hotel room, but if you go into so my character comes in one scene and I'm being a dominatrix and
you just passed over that. You're being a dominatrix?
well,
In this
I
play?
was, yeah, that was my character coming into this. I was hired as dominatrix, but she really doesn't. She's like just trying to make a living, and there's no sex scenes. But I love the outfit. I'm like, damn, this is hot. So, but then I'm getting chased by the bad guy in that scene, and I run into what I think is the outdoor, and it's a closet. But the closet becomes like a time machine. So to show it, we had this rotating, like spinning closet. And we'd always think it would, because sometimes it would jam.
Oh, shit.
Never jammed on stage. But the other door to the hotel room, one time, I forget his name, Andy, he was chasing me because we had chase scenes, chasing the doorman off the hinges. So we had to hold it. And then as soon as we went through someone else, because they saw it, people who were off stage. So we took turns holding the door. Someone would open it, and the other person would just hold it shut as soon as they shut it until intermission when we could fix it. So that was funny. I'm trying to think. There's so many. I mean, there's had moments of
but I was in a scene with a really lovely gentleman, Affections of May, and he went up on his lines, and I'm
that
sitting at a
happens all the
table
time.
opposite him, and I'm literally like, we're pause, and I'm watching the beads of sweat come down his forehead,
and you
and I'm just like,
can't help
and
him.
I'm rushing through the lines in the scene, trying to figure out how to re-enter the scene. Because it was definitely one of those scenes that he was questioning me and I was responding,
That's the worst one.
And I was like, how do I turn this around?
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
I don't know what to do. I did eventually find something to say. I think you wanted to ask me about da 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 da. And he was like, oh, yes. But oh my God, I think it just did him in. He was so mortified.
I think that my
wow.
worst growing up is in actually the same show where a different character, he, same thing. He went, told it, and he's staring at me, and he's even saying, say something. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, dude, fuck, I can't help you because all my lines are, what are you talking about? Where am I? What's happening? My character's supposed to know nothing. So I can't give him anything. So I kept repeating my lines in different ways and kind of like, what are you telling me about this? What do you mean this? Like, what are you saying about just trying to get something without giving anything? Oh, he finally got it. And then he came off, he goes, you really screwed up the lines there. I went,
what did you say?
I think I told him to fuck off, but or something like that. But I
That's
just
the worst. You fucked up, and then
sometimes I don't know I mess up. Like I'll be like, oh my God, something happened. If someone said, well, you dropped that line, I'm like, oh shit, yeah, that's totally the answer. Because sometimes you don't know.
No, it's true.
You
totally forget.
You plow through and you go, something wasn't right. I've had that where I've gone through a whole scene and something isn't right. We go off and my scene partner says, we skipped that whole bit of that. I'm like, oh yeah, that was.
Oh my God!
But I try and own my.
I had the worst. One of those for me was I was in grade 9, and because I was such a keener in drama, I joined the drama club. I was like, put me in, coach.
We all? Yes.
And I got cast as a grade 9 with 3 grade 13s. So this was before ABC. 3 grade 13s and me in a scene that was going to be in a drama night. And so it was a short play, but I jumped 12 pages.
Oh my God,
pages.
That's the worst.
12 pages. So we're in this scene and we're going ahead and then we skip. And then all the actors were in the next, like in this 12 pages later. But this was one of these plays where there was a lot of like, I was like, I understood why I did it in hindsight because the line I skipped to 12 pages later, it was almost identical to the line that I was meant to deliver.
Right.
And so we skipped 12 pages, went on maybe another 5 pages, and then found our way back to where we had jumped 12 pages, redid those, so did those pages that I missed, and then had to redo the pages that we had done. So there was this whole section that was repeated. The audience was like, oh, this sounds familiar.
But as long as you do it, like I said, if you make a mistake, own it and lean
Oh,
into
exactly.
it.
But I came off stage and I was just like, I was so embarrassed and so petrified. I felt like I'd let down these senior students, and they were all
Were
like,
they gracious or were they bitchy?
for the most part, they were gracious.
That's good.
Yeah, they were like,
But that's the thing
I
you
think
have
they
to
could
learn.
tell I was like,
Yeah.
I wanted
As
to kill
long as
myself,
you're,
right?
as long as you, I think the most important thing, and this goes for anything in life, not just theater, own your
Own it.
shit.
Own it.
Like, make
I
the
fucked
mistake.
up.
Go, I'm so sorry. I totally gaffed. It's when you go, oh, or you make tons of excuses. Either you don't own it or you make a ton of excuses. Then people want to hate you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, people are like,
Just
oh,
own
get
it.
over
Say,
it.
I
Like,
fucked up. I'm so
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. But okay, so what are things that, and this is not professional, but it happens when someone tries to like make you laugh,
Make you break.
or things to do. Like, I mean, one, I remember I used to do these, dinner theaters.
Oh, yeah.
And dinner theater. I mean, if you've ever, dinner theater.
Yeah, yeah.
But, and they were melodramas. So they're
Okay.
over the top, blah, blah, blah. And I always was the heroine, like because that was 17, 18.
Right.
So I was like, la, la, la. We got paid. So I mean, that to me was professional.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I know. I was like, look at me. We're like 20,
I'm
40
making
bucks,
money.
but woohoo. We had to open to burn the will or something. So you had to open the little stove to toss it. And it was closing night. And there's this giant dildo.
Of course.
This humongous giant dildo. And the audience, of course, cannot see it. But I'm like, oh! I didn't break. But boy, did I kill James. I mean, it was so bad, but that's when you have trust in your actors.
Yeah.
Like, again, it was the last show, last night.
Yeah.
Like if it was the first show, probably would have thrown you off because you're still not in the rhythm of.
I had a show. I had nothing quite that big. So I never did shows long enough to feel really secure in them. Like I never had a long run of anything, right?
Yeah, these
But
are
I
about
remember
3-week runs.
Oh, yeah. See, that's, I very rarely got that. So, but I was doing a show at my campus college at U of T, at St. Mike's, and there was this play, and the actor who was playing the same play where the gun didn't go off, right?
It's always one play that has all the.
Oh my God. This guy, so the same guy who had been in that chair, someone had rimmed his cup with honey. So when
I can't hear the word rimmed. That sounds good to me.
You're right out of the gutter.
Can't help it. Sorry, they rimmed his cup?
Yes. That's okay. So okay. But there was like this honey all over the edge of the class. And so when he took his drink, there was a perfect circle of glistening honey all over his mouth and his nose. Like,
I have another
which
one.
he didn't know. He didn't know. He didn't get it.
He couldn't feel the back then. Was that the ton of pancake?
Yes.
So you could feel
And
it.
so he had like this.
Yeah.
And so every time I looked at him and it was a serious drama, he had this like ring of honey. And I'm just like, I'm going to fucking kill somebody. Because
Oh my
like,
God,
I just barely hold it together. And then the gun doesn't go off. And it's just.
So, and then the communicating doors play at the very end of the show where there's 3 women and we're all in the same timeline now and we're celebrating. Because I've saved everyone because they were killed in the real time, Yeah. It's one of those things. So my character who, is pouring champagne into everybody's. So we always used, I don't know what was in this. I can't remember, apple juice or watered down apple juice or something. It had a bit of sparkles because it looked like it had bubbly. So it might have been apple juice and soda water or something, right?
Yeah.
Didn't really notice. It was real champagne. Closing night. Yum. Again. No, not yum. Because my character doesn't, because there's only 2 glasses in a hotel room. Because they're not champagne glasses. They're like water glasses in a hotel room, right?
Oh my God.
Someone brings it in. So I go, oh, whatever. And we cheers and I swig it. Do you know what happens when you do this with champagne? lots of bubbles,
Oh,
lots of bubbles. And because I'm supposed to guzzle, and I went,
oh, but
I was
burned.
bending over. No, it was spewing out of my nose. It was out of my mouth, and I'm guzzling, and I'm a cheap drunk. I got tipsy, and I'm like, I can't fucking drive home. But luckily, we were being adjudicated that night, so we had the whole
Oh,
adjudication.
adjudications.
Yeah, we
That's a
won.
whole other
I
thing.
won for that. I
Congratulations.
won. I'm on best. Yes,
Bubbles
shared it,
and all.
bubbles and all. That was what did it.
No, it's not.
But no, but thank God, or else I would have been sitting in the theater by myself, waiting until the buzz wore off so I could drive home.
Oh my God.
But it's those. I mean, and I don't get mad because I was laughing, but I just go off stage and like, you asshole. Yeah,
I got assaulted backstage once.
I've been assaulted on stage,
Wait, how do you get assaulted on stage when everything's rehearsed?
taking advantage of an intimate moment.
Yes. Yeah. So we both had that.
Yes.
I had a guy who was lending me a tenor, a cider house playhouse in upstate New York, and he was playing. It's his romantic interest.
Mhm.
Anyways, before we're going on, I'm waiting to go on my entrance, and he comes up to me, and he pushes me up against the back of the set, so I can't even because
the show's going on the other side.
on the side, and the set's only so secure, so I can't keep pushing back. So I'm holding myself, kisses me and throws his tongue down my throat. And then he kind of steps back and he's kind of like,
Did you smack him?
I couldn't. I had to go right on. I literally had to go.
After the show, did you chew into it? How old were you?
I was 20.
Right? See, they take advantage of it.
Yeah. And know what's worse? His wife was on stage.
Oh, I've had those moments.
His wife was playing the lead.
And I
had to go out after he just done
was she
that
in the
to
front
me.
row? Mine was in the front row.
She was in the cast. Oh, she was in the cast. She was the leading lady. So I'm like, I can't even say anything because it's his wife. And I'm like, and the stage manager's a friend. And I'm like, what? So all I did was
that's very hard.
I avoided him as much as I could. And then I would not wait anywhere where I thought he could be. Totally affected my performance because I was spending my whole time going, how do I protect myself from this fucking creep?
Right?
And, I found out
It's so
later they
bad.
got divorced because thank God
Do you
she
think?
figured it out. She was lovely, but what a jerk, right? What a jerk.
Yeah. And that, we have the intimacy coordinators now, which for me, I mean, I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I get it for people who have never.
Because they won't deal with that. They will never have to deal with that.
Because my first onstage kiss, I was 18. He was 40 something.
Yeah.
And I was playing the Swedish maid in a British farce.
Mhm.
And so he dips me and we kiss. So the first time we do it, his tongue's right down my throat. And I'm like, I know you're not supposed to do that. But I don't know how to react.
Yeah.
I'm 18. And the director, because I'm blushing, and I used to blush like a drop of a hat. The director's like, after the scene was done, oh, Chandra, I love that reaction. The blush is adorable. And I didn't know I was allowed to say, this is wrong. Or
Right.
I don't feel good.
Right.
So all I kept saying to the guy was, I think I'm getting a cold, and maybe, because you didn't see our lips. We dipped away from the audience. So we just nuzzled next. I said, I think I don't want to make you sick. So I would try and do that because I tried to keep my mouth closed. And
did he still keep trying to do it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
But what I didn't find out until closing night, we're having the party, and one of my dearest friends, that's when we met. She's
I'm getting raged.
like a little, right? She's a little older than me. So I was enamored of these women because they were, professional,
Right.
actors. And I was just this, and they're all bitching about how, I won't say his name because I don't know if he's still alive, how so-and-so, because it's a British farce. So there's a lot of goosing. And if you don't know what a goose is, you kind of grab the butt with a little finger up your goose. That's what a goose is. Fine. It's fine. We did it. You know what I mean? It's fine.
It's not into the butt crack. It's just.
It is. That's what a goose is supposed to be. Into the butt crack.
Wait.
So this is what. Yeah.
This is why we need intimacy coordinators, because
back in 1988.
I know we didn't have that.
We didn't have that. So,
and we didn't know better as young women.
He didn't. No. We all just went, oh, I guess we're going to do it. He didn't really go up there. It was just more of a look. You did the.
You could look like you're doing it, but
he would do it on stage. No one would talk anything. One of the actors, Margie, she. Love her so much. She was playing the British frumpy, not the frumpy, but the prudish. author and she's all in tweed and stuff and he does it. Well, she in her mind was like, fuck you. So she loosened, let him go up there and then made the fabric of her dress go up her butt crack and she tightened it and she walked her for more of a gag. But what I didn't know is he would reach behind, because everyone's wearing dresses, behind and pull the Donald Trump.
Oh,
Grab their, yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah.
I just want to slap this dude so hard.
But what I think I found out, he came out as gay other year. Like, I'm like,
It
I don't
doesn't
understand.
matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
You're a human
It was
being
just
assaulting another
was-
human being. It doesn't
yeah,
matter what you
But the
are.
things now, and like maybe because I did so many years of dance, whatever has to happen on stage, I have no problem touch my body.
As long as you've given permission.
No, exactly. I say, the director goes, hey, can we do this? And I'll say yes. If it's in character, like I will stop and say, I don't think we would go that far, but I don't really have a problem. Because
Sure,
if I feel
as long
safe
as you
and I
feel
know
safe
the other,
and it's
the guy or girl, whatever I'm
and
playing
it's called
against,
for in the play and it's not gratuitous.
and they're not, but you can feel if someone's trying to take
push the
advantage.
line.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I'm like, whatever. And I'm the kind of actress like, let's do it now because I don't want to do it the week before opening.
Right.
Because it doesn't look normal.
Yeah. Oh, it's
But
actually
it's
pretty good right now.
No. But it's
see.
you've done it 2 weeks before. Like it's going to be good 2 weeks.
Yeah,
that you've
yeah.
had it. But I'm like if you have to touch my boobs, touch them now. In a rehearsal,
Right.
I'm like, let's do it. Get them over with.
I'm more like that too because I'm in control.
Yes, that's how I feel. I'm in control. But as soon as we walk off that set, I've had actors, male actors, try and grab me off the set, and I'm like, oh no, what are you doing? We don't touch me. I said on the set, anything goes. Off the set,
Not
don't go
anything
anywhere.
goes.
Well,
though.
I would say you know
What's
what I mean.
been rehearsed goes.
Yes,
And nothing more.
yes.
Because that's professionalism. And
Yes.
that's where we slip into
But that's what I mean. Like
between,
on the stage is different. Off the stage, you
Oh, yeah.
don't touch me.
yeah, I've had people fall in love with me and on stage and then off stage they're like, I'm in love with you. And I'm like, no, you're not. Like,
You're
it's
not
like,
in love.
you're not. I mean, but that's the difference again. It's like, yeah, we need to make it feel really real.
Because it has to look like you're passionately kissing your lover, but it has to feel like, I would say, kissing your dad goodnight when you were a kid.
So for me,
It's like
it's
that's
like,
how I go.
I need the audience to feel
Yeah.
that there's passion here.
Yeah.
But as a professional, my job is that when I walk off stage, that's all left on stage. Like that doesn't cross the.
I don't let myself
That's the
get
difference between a
emotionally in a
professional-
kiss. When I do a kiss or that, I don't allow my energy to become engaged, because I think that's when an actor goes, she loves
She's
me.
into it.
So I would do, that's the only,
I think it's
I
different
get
for
very
women, too.
choreography. I go, this is what we've been practicing and this is what we do it. And
Always do it.
It's all that.
And the problem is when you get a live audience.
Women are good at faking it anyways.
I know. I know.
We've been, no, but like we fake love, sex
on stage.
off stage.
I don't. Off
No, I
stage?
never did.
No.
No, but I mean, I'm making the joke about how women fake orgasms.
Oh
all
yeah.
the time.
And men don't know.
Men don't know. So
Yeah.
I'm saying it's easy for us to show that we're having a great time on stage when we're not.
Right.
We've had
It's
practice.
harder for men to master.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. And I've certainly, yeah. And I have sympathy but for men who are, getting aroused on stage. I understand it, but that's the professionalism.
Oh,
It's
but
like we
that's-
sit there and go, okay, that's fine. It's fine for that to happen.
I've had-
and it stops the second we walk off.
Yes.
the
I've had male
floor.
actors go, there's that old saying, I'm sorry if I get aroused
Yeah.
and I'm sorry if I don't. Because someone
Right.
would be like, why are you not aroused? Where,
Well, if you're
So-
doing it 8 times a week,
you're not, you might, but you know what I mean? A
And
man
again,
is a man. Like if you, it's not even them. If you rub it, it just goes hard. Like they get a massage, and if you touch it, they go
Right.
ding.
so
They're
you're
not
sympathy for
attracted
that.
to
And
it. Yes,
as
I
a
do.
female
How
performer,
embarrassing is that?
Yeah, exactly. But I'm also like, only do what's rehearsed. And what I've had happen to me is in that same play where there was a kiss that I had to do with that same guy later in the play. And he just kept pushing and pushing the line, right? And I had to and I was supposed to be the aggressor, which was what was really hard. So I couldn't even in character kind of push him off,
Yeah.
right? So I was leading it and then he was like getting into it. And I've
Say, lend me a tenner.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Yeah,
It's like,
you know
yeah,
that scene.
I'm going,
So,
yeah, I know that.
yeah.
Scene. Yeah.
So I'm it was a real eye opener for me in terms of like, how do I
Well, it's hard when because I was in a
close.
lot of farces.
Yeah.
A bathroom farce where I did play the nymphomaniac who was after every single man in that house.
Right.
Now. And this is not one of those. This is one of those. It's an embarrassing. I took the part because I just had Kara or Hannah, and I wanted to think, can I take my clothes off on stage and still feel sexy?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't naked; it was to lingerie, but still, for me and my body issues, I'm like, whoa, let me see if I could do it. Like I wanted to push past that fear.
Right.
So I did it, and then, but there's a part where I have to rub myself against the banister, and the bathroom had a knob, and I get myself off on it.
Are you
But
serious? On stage? Let's
oh yeah,
full orgasm?
no,
Just
I
get
wasn't
excited.
supposed to, but one night the audience laughed, and you could like so hard, and I only get stopped by someone's line.
Oh, and they didn't deliver it.
They couldn't. We tried because the audience, so I had to keep
going.
bigger. And the more I was going, the audience was going. In my head, I'm like, do I have to have an orgasm? Is this the only way this is going to finish? But this kind of wrecks the whole scene. But like I was doing this, do I fake a? But and the actor, I mean, he did let it go on a little
like longer than it should have.
You know, it should have, because the audience was loving it. But at this, I'm looking at him going, it's time. But it's one of those moments I'm like, how long can you pleasure yourself against a pole without having an orgasm? And I remember my grandmother came to see that show. Oh my God. And I forgot to tell her. She didn't come to see because she lived far away. She was my crazy British grandmother. I loved her so much. And I kind of said afterwards, I'm like, hey, Grandma, so how was that? Is it okay? Like I took my clothes off. She's, well, I thought you were supposed to take all of it off. I wanted all of it off. Oh my God, that's the best grandma. Yeah, she was like, all of my clothes. Apparently.
Oh my God.
She thought all of my clothes. And it would have been okay for her to see her granddaughter's naked butt.
Oh my God. Is that the most naked you ever got on stage? I'm trying to think if I ever got naked on stage. I don't think I ever got naked on stage. For photos, but not for.
Yeah, I've been photographed naked.
Yeah.
I've done life drawing naked. On stage, I don't.
Just down to lingerie. Because most of the time,
just lingerie.
Honestly, it's kind of like getting naked on stage is a bit like crying on stage. It's the moment before, like when you still have some clothes on. That's
like
way
sometimes
more
you do have to cry.
enticing.
I remember we did a show at the theater once. I think I was producing because my kid. I think I was pregnant, and it called for like completely topless, but like in the script. So we handled it and it was a young girl, like she was still in high school.
Oh my God.
So we had to pair it, like we said, because community theater, you got to take who
I know.
So we asked
them a lot to ask.
So she's actually like a very well-known producer in New York City now.
Okay.
Like this was her lot in life, and she was very mature for her age, and it was handled so, and I know the actor, the man, he's so professional. Like he's such a sweetheart.
Okay.
And just kind of took her under his wing, and she was completely safe. And nothing was shown.
Okay.
It was like
her back was
there, but you knew she was, but nothing, the audience did not see anything. And he was very, very protective around her. We made sure,
and that was before intimacy coordinators. So that's good.
And I've got to say, I had a lot of love scenes with lovely gentlemen before intimacy coordination who were very respectful and just doing the job. Yeah. And sadly, it's like one or two that make you go, give you that moment of
told you,
shit, I wonder what this is going to be like as an actress. You walk in going,
there's no
read
way
the script and go,
anyone should be put, male or female through that on stage for their art,
No.
And I've heard stories from John when he was at Stratford where young men were being kind of, they call it chicken hooked by older gay men going for young straight men often, and really pressuring them. Anyways, it was
that's terrible.
Yeah, but it's
it does it's sex. It's not just
ways, right?
100%.
It's just not cool. So I'm glad that we're at a place where
I love when, like, I had a show I did with a dear friend of mine, and we were husband and wife, and we had a making out scene, which was very humorous because it had to be like we're on the couch and we roll off the couch, and then someone comes in and it looks like we're doing something else, like the doggy style or whatever. But like, so we'd have to really practice it over and over again because the timing was everything.
Perfect, yeah.
So we couldn't do like we were practicing it all the time. And his wife was, so she would know what scene you're practicing tonight. He'd tell her, she goes, oh no, you need to shave. You don't want to give Chandra Rockburn. I'm like, I love her so much.
That was so sweet.
No, because that's someone who understands
Exactly.
this is just a scene.
Exactly. And it's, I think, being the partner of someone who's in this industry can be difficult.
It can be. I remember when I was dating after my marriage, I dated this one gentleman who said he was in theater or had done theater, blah, blah. We were on a first date and we were talking. He said, well, now that we're together, remember this is a first date. Now that we're together, you would be cheating on me if you did that on stage. And I said, what? What? You'd be cheating. I said, no. How could you say that? I said, so if it says in the script, A kisses B, if I kiss, I am cheating on you. 100%. You can't do it anymore. And I'm like, obviously, we didn't have a second date.
No,
And it took me about 3 weeks to lose the guy. And because he was like,
you wanted to stay together.
Well, apparently we were together forever now.
Oh, you dodged a bullet there.
Yeah.
Holy.
Oh, there were so many crazy stories.
That's another podcast.
That's a one-woman show.
That's actually a one-woman show. It's
I have a girlfriend who I think I've told her that. I should tell her. Anne Marie, if you're listening, put this one in your show. She does great one-woman shows about dating life and MILF life crisis. And
oh yes, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. And so she just a lot of it has happened to her, but a lot of it is like her friends. Yeah, and give me some material. So
yeah. There's certainly lots out there.
There's so much out there on the dating.
Yeah, I'm grateful I only had to date for as long as I did because I would not want to go back to.
So I don't know how we got that from.
I don't know, man. We're all over the place. But that's the stage for you. We kind of start one place and
it's just Jane and Chandra. Yeah,
12
other
places.
We stayed quite on theater this time.
That wasn't bad
because we have lots to talk about it.
Yeah. Wow.
If you're watching this on the day it's released, January 27th.
Yes. Show opens
January 29th. Get your tickets.
We only have 9 shows.
9 shows at Guelph Little Theatre. Ontario, Canada. If anyone's listening from far away, just come to Canada. We're lovely here.
Exactly.
And
my husband's in it too. John's in it too. I should mention
Jane's husband's in it.
And I'm directing, and then Chandra's amazing. She has a great death scene. No one can see that.
It's fun. I'm not going to say I'm amazing.
Yeah, we don't need to say anything more than that.
Yeah, don't give them too much expectation. Then they're going to come in and go, oh my God, she's not as good as Jane said.
Shut up.
Anywho, love you lots.